Kwanza ni kunipea morale ya kuwa in future kutakuwa na better possibilities. Ni kama stepping stone to a future.
Sawia na wenzake katika mpango huu, Mwangi anatumaini kuwa mpango huu wa wanagenzi utaendelea na serikali ijayo ili kuwasaidia vijana wengine walio katika vyuo na vyuo vikuu kila mwaka.
Youths wame benefit through this platform. Yeah, so it's a platform that is helping the youths of Kenya to secure jobs, to sustain themselves before waingie fully into the job market.
Mwangi alisema mpango huu ni tofauti kabisa na mipango mingine aliyoshiriki ya wanagenzi kwa kuwa kando na tajriba anayopokea, fedha anazopata wakati wa kipindi hicho cha mwaka mmoja zimemsaidia kujikimu na kuwapunguzia mzigo wazazi wake.
Inasaidia sana wazazi sababu sasa mzazi ashughuliki tena na wewe, anajua nyumba utalipa, chakula utanunua na utabakishiwa kitu kidogo. So mzazi inamuondolea kabisa hiyo burden ya kukushughulikia, anafikiria sasa vitu zingine.
Katika afisi ya naibu chansela wa chuo kikuu cha Eldoret, Praksidi Kimutai yuko nyuma ya tarakilishi akifanya kazi zake za kila siku. Kimutai ambaye alihitimu kutoka chuo kikuu cha Karatina alisomea usimamizi na mipango ya miradi. Akiwa katika mwezi wake wa kwanza katika mpango huu wa wanagenzi, Kimutai anashikilia kuwa alifanya uamuzi wa busara kuchukua fursa hiyo ya wanagenzi.
Imenisaidia sana kujua experience that real work environment whereby you apply what you've been told. Number 2, imenisaidia pia kugain confidence. Kama sahi singeongea the first time ningenipata hapa, I could not talk. Because I fear, you fear even colleagues. It's like you're not sure of what you're doing, you're not sure of yourself.
When she came in, she was a little timid, not sure of what to do. But you see, she has gained confidence in the sense that she has now integrated with the people in the office. She's in the front office. So now she has gained experience. For example, if she comes early enough and finds that, these other people are not there, she can very easily handle the students, handle the staff, be able to communicate with me, and we transact business in the office. So she's confident, and public relations has improved.
Anasema kuwa wasimamizi wake wametekeleza wajibu muhimu wa kumsaidia kuboresha utaalamu wake.
My immediate supervisor has assisted me a lot. One, he has been giving me tasks more frequently. Akuniwacha idle, as in you kuenda as an intern. Most of the time we expect that you go to an organization whereby you are not given a lot of responsibilities. They just leave you there, they give you the normal routine, like give me that file this for me. But he has been giving you practical work like writing management reports if it's not there.
I asked to get somebody who has computer skills, and most times I need those ones, computer skills, those who can analyze data, and those who can also receive, we receive students and staff and so on, people who can do those kinds of things, but they have training that is relevant.
We do wish to sincerely also thank all our stakeholders, the legislature, parliament, the treasury, and of course His Excellency the President for supporting this very noble initiative that is helping transform the public service.
Ni bayana kwamba mpango wa wanagenzi ulioanzishwa na Rais Uhuru Kenyatta umebadilisha pakubwa maisha ya maelfu ya vijana wa hapa nchini, na ujuzi watakaopata utawezesha kupata ajira katika soko la ajira lililo na ushindani mkubwa.
katuweka huru. Taifa letu la Kenya limesonga mbele tangu mwaka wa 2013. Uhuru hoye, rais wetu hoye, umeyatenga yote unayoweza. Wakenya tumeridhika na tunasema uhuru hoye, rais wetu.
KBC Board of Directors, Management and Staff wishes all our esteemed listeners, viewers and clients a happy Easter. May Christ's death and resurrection fill you with hope and peace. Happy Easter from us.
And a very good evening to you. This is Easy Friday. My name is Shiksha Arora. Happy Easter to you and your loved ones. Happy Easter to you, Kago.
And happy Easter to you.
Thank you very much.
So much. My name is John Kago. Very good evening to you. It's the 15th day of April 2022. Well, for Christians, Good Friday to you. And this is Easy Friday. We are bringing an update of the news that's been shaping up tonight. Well, looking at the party primaries for the UDA ticket, big names are filled. Little known names taking the ticket. Which are these names we're looking at that tonight? Also looking at the drought situation in the country. Marsabit worst hit. That's coming up. Business a bit later, and of course, sports as well. But first things first, this is a bird's view of the Easy Friday tonight. Big names come tumbling in UDA nominations. Time for negotiated democracy for ODM in Mombasa and Wiper in Machakos gubernatorial races. SIM card registration extended by 6 months. And Catholic faithful mark the way of the cross as Easter season begins.
All right, of course, and remember, if you are trying to reach us on social media, it's very important that you use the hashtag EasyFriday on Twitter, at KBC Channel 1, at Shiksha Arora, as well as at John_Kago_M. I've already seen some of your messages. Thank you so much for keeping it KBC Channel 1. Let's begin the top story tonight, where former Energy Cabinet Secretary Charles Keter, former KNUT Chairman Wilson Sossion, and Naivasha Member of Parliament Jane Kihara are some of the casualties of the just concluded UDA party nominations.
In other names that have been filled, Laikipia Women Representative Kate Waruguru, also a casualty, was vying for the Laikipia West constituency seat.
5,595.
Laikipia Women Representative Kate Waruguru appears to be the latest casualty as she loses in the just concluded nominations for the United Democratic Alliance UDA in the Laikipia East constituency. Waruguru garnered 5,595 to Daddy's 12,743 votes, while former MP Mutahi Kimaru managed 2,701.
Wale ambao walifikiri wakipiga kelele wajulikane nationally ati watapata kura, wakidanganyana ati wako na certificate ya chama, tumeonyesha ya kwamba kura haziko Nairobi, kura ziko mashinani, na sisi tumeishi mashinani tukifanya kazi na tutaendelea kufanya kazi.
Even swapping, we know where you have swapped results.
Meanwhile, Naivasha Member of Parliament Jane Kihara, an ardent supporter and defender of DP William Ruto, has lost in UDA nominations in Naivasha. During the elections that were marred by allegations of malpractices, Kihara garnered 9,991 against her competitor John Kihangi, who got 10,394 votes.
Haya masanduku ambayo yalichelewa kwa hitilafu ya transportation. Si kwamba kulikuwa na ghasia yote. Zile results ama matokeo tulitumiwa na maagents wetu kwa ground ndio yameletwa hapa kwa kituo cha kufanya tallying. Kwa hivyo ningetaka kuhakikishia kila mtu kwamba uchaguzi ulikuwa haki na ukweli. Mikakati ilifanywa.
KU North MP James Murgo has lost his bid to defend his seat on a UDA ticket. Adams Kapsenai trounced Murgo in the UDA party primaries. Elsewhere, university lecturer Eric Mutai has won the UDA nominations in Kericho County against former Energy CS Charles Keter. The former Kenya National Union of Teachers NAT chairman Wilson Sossion, who decamped from the ODM party to contest for the Bomet senatorial seat, has become a casualty of the chaotic Bomet nominations. Earlier on, Sossion had called for the suspension of the exercise, claiming that some ballot papers were pre-marked for certain aspirants.
All right, whereas UDA nominations saw several heavyweights kicked out, some incumbent leaders survived the onslaught.
Well, it was joy for some aspirations or those who made it in the party primaries. Let's look at the winners for the nominations.
Kiambu Woman Representative Gathoni Wamushomba won the Githunguri constituency UDA ticket. She garnered 11,487 votes against Charles Thiongo, who got 7,303 votes. And elected Mushomba said despite delays in voting, the process was fair.
Chama chetu ilichanga sana. It's hardly 1 year old. Kwa hivyo tulikuwa na changamoto nyingi sana. Lakini nataka kushukuru Mungu kwa sababu wale party officials ambao walikuwa wanatusaidia, they gave us a lot of support, moral support, spiritual support, and they really were understanding.
Meanwhile, Nakuru Town East MP David Gekaria and his Gilgil counterpart Martha Wangare trounced their opponents to clinch UDA tickets in their bid for re-election. Gekaria, who is serving his second term, won with a landslide 7,051 votes against his main challenger David Kibe, who received 813 votes. Nakuru Town East returning officer Richard Sawe, who announced the results, had cited low voter turnout in the constituency, which has over 100,000 registered voters. The losers protested, claiming the results were rigged, with some voters missing their details.
There are some issues, some little problems here, like in Nakuru Town East constituency. There was a small problem in Biashara, which I hope, again, the National Election Board will be able now to give direction once it is sorted out. And they have said these are provisional certificate that we have received. We don't know who will be going against us or making some complaints, and we are ready to be able to go before the National Election Board for any complaint that will be coming.
Elsewhere, thousands of Emuru Dikir MP Johanna Ngeno's supporters joined him at Emuru Dikir ground to celebrate his clinching of UDA ticket in his bid to go for a third term. Ngeno won with 14,381 votes against his competitor David Keter, who got 8,943 votes.
Ninajua bado tuko na uchaguzi tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8. Bali naamini ya kwamba nyinyi watu ya Emuru Dikir mutasimama na mimi mpaka mwisho.
Beatrice Getonyenge-Tich, Easy Friday.
And still in politics, ODM Mombasa gubernatorial aspirant Suleiman Shabal has stepped down in favor of his rival Abdul Swamad Sharif Nasir.
In a negotiated democracy brokered by ODM leader Raila Odinga, the two agreed to work on a common goal of consolidating the cost of votes into one basket.
Nasir will battle it out with, among others, Mike Sonko, who was endorsed by Wiper Party to vie for the seat. Take a look.
Mvita Member of Parliament Abdul Swamad Sharif Nasir is now the sole candidate for the Orange Democratic Movement ODM Mombasa Governor's seat. This is after his opponent, businessman Suleiman Shabal, stepped down in his favor in a deal brokered by ODM leader Raila Odinga.
Fully united to the elections, and we have full confidence that we will be able to win all the positions for the members of County Assembly, the women rep, all members of Parliament, the senatorial elections, and the gubernatorial. In the same spirit, we have also nominated our current senator for Mombasa County, Honorable Mohammed Faki, as our flag bearer in these coming elections.
Have been aspiring to be governor of Mombasa for the last 10 years. But the objective of becoming governor was not for Suleiman Shabal. The objective was to bring change and development to the people of Mombasa. And I believe that all those people who worked with me were hoping that we would make major changes in Mombasa.
Yangu Suleiman amekuwa ni mpinzani ambaye tunaweza kusema ni mpinzani wa kuweza kutambulika. Ni mtu ambaye nia na malengo. Tumekuwa katika mizozo ya kisiasa, lakini ilikuwa sio jambo lingine. Jambo zaidi sote tunataka Mombasa ambao watu wote wanaitamani. Kwa hivyo tumekubaliana ya kwa tutashikana mkono pamoja, na panapo majalia inshallah manifesto yake yeye na manifesto yale ambao kwamba tunao sisi tuweze kuungana pamoja.
While making the announcement at Chungwa House in Nairobi, ODM leader further affirmed that Mohammed Faki will contest for the Senate seat again on an ODM ticket.
Shukrani zangu za dhati kwa wote na kwa party leader wetu, deputy party leader wetu, director of elections Mheshimiwa Junet ambaye yuko hapa, na chama chetu pia cha ODM Mombasa kwa kuweza kutekeleza huu mwafaka kwa njia ambayo imeleta suluhu.
A tight political showdown is expected in the gubernatorial race after Wiper Party endorsed former Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko to vie for the seat. Frederick Moki, Easy Friday.
Now, Wiper Democratic Movement Kalonzo Musyoka has broken a deal in the Machakos gubernatorial race where two candidates agreed to work together to secure a win in the August 9th election.
Mavoko legislator Patrick Makau has stepped down and will now support former Chief Administrative Secretary Wavinya Ndeti.
In a deal that was brokered by Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka for the last 1 week, has seen the two bigwigs for Wiper governors bid come to a common ground through negotiated democracy.
Mheshimiwa Patrick Makau had really campaigned hard. Mheshimiwa Wavinya has been campaigning 2013, 2017, so she has her own very strong networks. Right? Lakini tukaulizana, any of you can become governor, but none of you become governor without the support of the other. It's as simple as that. And they bought that idea na wakakubaliana. So the results of that consultation, I'm happy to announce, ni kwamba Mheshimiwa Patrick Makau Kingola amekubali kumsupport dada yake Wavinya Ndeti.
The tough-spoken Mavoko legislator promised to back former CS Wavinya Ndeti in a move aimed to deliver the gubernatorial seat in Machakos for Wiper.
Even today, I know there are people who will say, oh, ameteremuka chini, sasa amerudi kuwa member of parliament. But I want to tell you, there are sacrifices that people are made in this world. And they are where they are because of the sacrifices they made. Wavinya, I want to assure you, if you work well at Machakos County as a governor of Machakos County, maybe even that 2027 will come back here and say she has done it well. But my friend, ukicheza, hey, we are here, we are very serious.
I want to thank you for accepting to support me. And I mean this from deep down in my heart. You are a worth competitor also. For a brother to step down for a sister is not a joke.
The negotiated democracy was also extended to Kitui women representative and senators' positions, where Irene Kasalu with her competitor Priscilla Makomi, as well as Enoch with his competitor Alan Sila, promised to work together respectively. At the same time, yesterday's gazettement of President Uhuru Kenyatta as Azimio Coalition Council Chairperson and Raila Odinga's the party leader seems to have rubbed the Wiper party shoulders wrongly, with cause for him to be named as deputy party leader.
There was a position of deputy party leader and a member of the council. Hiyo namba 3 iende iwekwe deputy party leader and member of the council called His Excellency Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Hiyo tu.
Kalonzo, according to the Azimio party new arrangement, was named as a council member. Ruth Wamboy for Prime Edition.
Well, messages of unity and good neighborliness forming this year's theme in marking Good Friday. We're looking at that in not too long. You're watching Easy Friday. We take a breather.
Absolutely. We'll take a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Don't go too far.
Kama sikiza tune kwenye simu yako, bonyeza *811 *815 hash.
Nina hakika kwamba hakuna kinachoweza kukutenga na upendo wa Mwenyezi Mungu. Si kifo, si malaika, si vitu tulivyokuwa navyo au tutakavyokuwa navyo. Si mamlaka au chochote kitakachoumbwa. Warumi 8:38 hadi 39.
Kupata Warumi 8, bonyeza *811 *815 hash. *811 *815 hash.
Nana is my name.
My daughter is constantly online these days because, well, it's the new normal way for them to learn. Now, whether here at home or in school, it is important to work with them online so that you find out more about what they're looking for. Also, find out what is out there, because the things I've seen online. So for me, passwords on gadgets is a must.
Being fooled online? Get cybersmart to enjoy safe entertainment and education online. The Communications Authority of Kenya. Mawasiliano kwetu, nguvu kwako.
A true love in which family will be the main hardship to achieve happiness.
Well, I understand it, Mom, but I don't want to break up with Adrian.
Paulina will have to confront her own father. And Adrian will suffer due to his sister Julieta's obsession.
No! Not with her! No! Not with her! No!
Paulina is the woman I truly love! No. But regardless of jealousy and intrigue,
Karen, open the door, please!
They will fight for their love until the end.
And welcome back to Easy Friday.
Right now, Jonathan B. Chelilim will fly the United Democratic Alliance gubernatorial flag in Uasin Gishu County.
B, who beat 6 others to clinch the ticket, has extended an olive branch to his rivals, promising to work with them if he forms government.
Outgoing Governor Jackson Mandago will fly the UDA senatorial ticket.
Jonathan Bill Chelilim garnered 71,152 in Uasin Gishu gubernatorial race, beating his main rival Julius Bitok, who garnered 50,009 votes. Outgoing Governor Jackson Mandago garnering 75,847 votes in the senatorial race against his main rival Oliver Kipchumba, who has already disputed the vote. During the celebrations, the two candidates reached out to their opponents, promising to work together with them.
We are in for big things. Where Governor Mandago left, I would wish to complete certain projects and also initiate what I have. And I also believe that Uasin Gishu County has so many potential and so many takeoffs. And I'm very ready to deliver, to expedite on anything that is really good for our people.
And we want to thank the election team at the county who have worked tirelessly to deliver a free and fair election. That is not to say that the process didn't have hitches. We had hitches on transportation at the start, delay in voting. But however, we want to thank the team because they were able to work around the clock and ensure that the citizens of this county got the opportunity to vote. In fact, for the first time in all the polling stations, over 800 in the county.
The two rallied political actors and the supporters to forge ahead and campaign for Deputy President William Ruto, who is seeking to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta in August.
We've made a commitment and a pledge to work with our competitors so that we can now focus on the national campaigns for the presidency, which we in Kenya Kwanza Alliance are confident that we are going to win this election come 9th of August.
Gladys Boss Sholei appears to be headed towards securing a second term after beating her closest challenger, Rael Chabichi Lele, with more than 40,000 votes after garnering 94,342.
To be able to get more than 20,000 votes ahead of your opponent and, twice the number of votes of the other three put together, I think that's an impressive show.
And while results for the UDA flag bearers in 5 of the 6 constituencies in the county are out, the fate of Moiben constituency remains unknown after aspirants disputed the results.
Moving on, the race for the country's presidency in the August 9th general election has a new entrant.
Well, 44-year-old businessman Jeremiah John Mwaniki Nyaga announced his presidential bid as an independent candidate, promising to radically transform what he termed as the country's colonial administrative system.
This and other stories on Political Watch.
Jeremiah Nyaga,
promised to completely decriminalize the government by ensuring that every single government officer and government institution is subject to and subservient to the laws of this land.
My dear fellow Kenyans, it is my intent to submit myself to you as an independent candidate for the office of president at the upcoming general election.
At the same time, Nyaga asserted that he would immediately begin the process of cleaning up the country's public finances.
I am running for the office of president because I believe that the time has come in Kenya for an entirely new generation of leaders to take the reins of leadership in this country.
Elsewhere, Agem MP aspirant Dr. George Jalango Midiwo has failed to clinch the coveted ODM party ticket in the recently concluded Orange Party primaries. Dr. Midiwo, who lost to the incumbent Elisha Odhiambo, disputed the results, citing irregularities.
We woke up in the morning. The kids arrived at the polling stations late. From the onset, violence erupted in almost all the voting stations in game. My agents were thrown out, were beaten, all over game, but especially in South and West game and Central game and East game, where I have a very strong following.
You should be remembered for something. You should not be remembered for somebody who took people to court every day. You should be remembered for somebody who believed in forgiveness and reconciliation.
Now, local Christian faithful joined the world in marking Good Friday with messages of unity and promotion of good neighborliness, forming this year's theme.
Well, in Nairobi, Archbishop Philip Anyolo, who led thousands of Catholic faithful on the Way of the Cross procession across the city streets, attributed challenges facing the country, such as a fuel shortage, to corruption.
At the Holy Family Basilica, Nairobi, congregants led by Archbishop Philip Anyolo begin the almost 5-hour journey of the Way of the Cross procession around the city. It has been 2 years since the walk was conducted due to COVID-19 pandemic restrictions, and now the congregants come out to partake in the tradition. Amidst the multitude is a group of young people acting out the trials and painful sorrows that Jesus underwent before crucifixion. Archbishop Philip Anyolo emphasizes on the importance of Good Friday and Easter.
We are doing this to pray for our families and to pray for the church, the Christianity, and to pray for our country, and especially even the political sphere of our country.
The Archbishop further called on the nation to shun corruption that he said was the root cause of crises such as the current fuel crisis.
Christ died for us, one for many, not many for one. Those ones who are hiding petrol and other things, they want many to die for one. But Christ is the other way around. He wants one for many so that many may have life and have life in abundance.
Congregants would also share their Easter messages.
It is a day we put as our salvation day because it turns much of our lives.
You try to practice it.
And it was one of the Good Fridays that I told God today before the day ends that you're going to work this miracle.
I pray for every family that there'll be peace, they'll never lack anything.
It was my first time because in the last 2 years I did not participate, but today I was happy to have participated in this one.
It was the same script in Kiambu as Catholic faithfuls walked kilometers to emulate Jesus.
It's a journey full of reconciliation, journey full of retrospection.
It's a way of meditating and also a way of remembering the suffering that Jesus Christ endured.
The Way of the Cross that led to his crucifixion and death, with calls for forgiveness ranting the air. Well, as the world marks Good Friday, the Catholic Church commemorates the crucifixion through a procession of the Way of the Cross, as the Church now calls upon the world to shun evil and to have hope amidst the emerging challenges. Serafina Robi for Easy Friday.
Now, a section of farmers in Migori County are counting losses after army worms invaded their farms.
And they say that efforts have been reduced to nothing by the worms that have eaten maize, sorghum, millet and pasture for the last 1 week.
The farmers from Ragana, Kadika, Nyamosenze and Mabera villages regretted having used a lot of money and resources to plant and maintain their farms, but the worms have wiped all their produce in a span of 1 week.
Hatuna hata haja ya kupalilia kwa sababu hakuna kitu vile mnaweza kuona. Imekula kila kitu, na hapa tukilima vizuri na tuvune vizuri tunapata mahindi kama gunia 50 ama 50 na kitu. Lakini mara hii ni kama tunaenda kutoka bure.
They lamented that their efforts to reach the concerned authorities at the county offices bore no fruits, as most of the officers are concerned with the election campaigns.
Magunia 50 ukipiga na 1400 kila gunia ni kama 1100 tumepata hasara tayari, kwa sababu mbolea tumenunua, mbegu tunanunua, hatuna muhisani ambaye anatusaidia ama ambaye anatuhifadhi na kitu, tunapata tu kwa jasho letu na ndio tunapanda naye.
They now want the agricultural extension officers to help them wipe out the armyworms that have destroyed large tracts of land and risk destroying more if urgent actions are not taken.
Nimeweka watu wa kibarua wamebadilia mahindi, sasa nikilala siku mbili mimi naenda hakuna mahindi kwa shamba. Nimeshangaa. Mali nitaenda na hiyo bwana yangu hakuna alikufa, hiyo ndio bwana yangu sasa. Mali nitaenda sijui sasa. Serikali munisaidie. Bila nitafanya na watoto. Sina akili sasa.
Jelis Aladi for Easy Friday.
Meanwhile, cotton farmers from Malindi in Kilifi County are optimistic of a brighter future and a ready market after a Thika-based cotton processing firm undertook to buy the raw material from the farmers.
Well, Thika Clothes Mill has invested heavily in new machine technology, therefore opening doors to increased quality productivity, profits and competitiveness in the international market.
Addressing cotton farmers from Malindi, Kilifi County, who had toured Thika Cloth Mill's textile industry, Tejal Dodia, the company's CEO, said that the push for Buy Kenya, Build Kenya and the government's continued support to the local cotton manufacturing industries has seen great economic growth, with cotton farmers reaping the benefits.
And everybody knows how important it is. The way I treasure it, I hope the country will treasure it. And let's all push for Buy Kenya, Build Kenya.
Tejal said textile firms have embarked on modernization of machinery in a bid to increase production and workforce.
We had to invest in the new machines. One is because they're more energy efficient, so it should bring the cost of production down. Secondly, we get better quality, and people are still asking for more and more better quality. We're also running at full capacity, so if we don't put in the new machines now, then we will not be able to cater the market demands. So this is all going in the right direction.
The farmers were expecting bumper cotton harvest this season after good rain said market uncertainties had frustrated cotton farming in the region.
Mmea wa pamba umenifanya nasomesa watoto wangu. Hata wengine pia, kuna wengine ni wajane wenzetu, tumekuja sote hapa pia tunashughulika na huo mmea wa pamba.
We want to assure the farmers that we've agreed with the partners and we are moving on well, so they shouldn't be worried about their farming, about their crop, how they will get the market. This is a sort out problem. Now we are getting back to growing and championing the greater growing of cotton.
They appealed to their respective county governments to support them, saying cotton farmers have been neglected in the region.
Now, for 17 years, Oscar Ashivaka and his brother Eric Ilusa remained behind the bars of the Kakamega main prison after they were convicted for robbery with violence.
Well, having served their prison sentence, the two, alongside 4 others, were released. And this week on My Culture, we take a look at the cleansing rituals that ex-convicts have to undergo before being reintegrated into the Abaluya society.
Over now to Jacqueline Wambiru.
In July 13, 2009, in Sigalagala, Kakamega County, two brothers aged 46 and 40 allegedly committed robbery with violence. 2 years later, in 2011, they were sentenced to death, but upon appeal, the sentence was later reviewed. After serving 17 years in prison, the time has come for their release. When their relatives heard of their release, they started preparations to receive them and help them integrate into society.
Nilisikia furaha sana. Hata nilifika hapa mapema saa 12 mimi niko kwa keti hapa. Sasa hivi nilisikia wamewaachiliwa. Tena mimi tena nimekuwa huko. Wenye walikuwa wamefungwa hata mimi sasa nilikuwa tu kama mfungwa tena.
At the prison, a send-off organized by the prison takes place. With officers at the facility handing gifts to the now ex-inmates.
Wakati nimekuwa hapa nimejifunza theology, masomo ya Biblia, nimejifunza katika karakana la hapa, nimejifunza ufundi wa kuchomelea.
Nimejifunzia tailoring nikiwa prison ya Maniani.
Katika magereza nimejifunza mambo ya Biblia, nimejifunza painting, hizo ndio vitu nimejifunza jela.
The two brothers, Eric Ilusa and Oscar Shivaka, including another ex-convict, Adrian November, could barely hide their joy as they embarked on their journey home.
Nashukuru Mungu kwa sababu Mungu amefungua milango ili ya kwamba nikaweza kurudia jamii yangu kwa sababu ya kesi ya kutumia nguvu, robbery with violence. Nikafungwa. Mimi pia nitawahimiza kwamba nimeokoka, nimebadilika, si yule waliona wakati mwingi.
Kuachiliwa kwangu, wakati nilitoka nyumbani nilikuwa bado mimi mtoto mdogo, lakini kwa saa hii nimeachiliwa, nimefurahia.
Bila naenda nyumbani najua jamii itanikaribisha vizuri, tutakaa nao vizuri, tutapanga vile hasa nitakuwa, kwa sababu ndarudi huko tofauti, sitakuwa venye nilikuanga hapo nyuma.
In Hayega location, Ikolomani, a homecoming ceremony is held. Before the reintegration of the ex-inmates, cleansing rituals are performed on the two before they're allowed to interact with the community.
Mtu akitoka gerezani akija nyumbani alikuwa hawezi kuingia nyumbani mpaka asimame nje, na akisimama nje kulikuwa na kitu kinachofanywa kwa kuwa lazima iwe kondoo iko iwawe akanyage ndani miguu, alafu akisha kanyaga ndani apewe madawa ya kizamani ndio aingie kwa wenzake.
The elders give the brothers a concoction and watch them as they drink it. After this, the elders ensure the brothers lick some ash-like substance wrapped in a piece of paper. Afterwards, they wash their hands with the remaining concoction, a brownish liquid in 2 plastic bottles. According to the elders, it is paramount that they undergo the cleansing ritual before they are allowed to interact with the community.
Hata mtu akiwekwa kwa pingu peke yake, ni lazima matambiko ifanywe. Madawa itafutwe ya kienyeji, na tena kuwe na kuku ambayo itafanya yani kumpapasa, ili atakapo papaswa ndipo akunywe dawa ndio aingie ndani ya nyumba. Manake asipofanywa hivyo pia ameleta kile kizuka katika watoto wengine.
To Pastor Crispinus Wafula, ex-convicts experience a myriad of challenges when reintegrating into the society.
Ni kitu cha maana sana familia ikiwa katika picture hii kwamba ikaweze kuwachukua.
Wafula says the process of transition of ex-convicts from imprisonment into free society requires the involvement of prison authorities, ex-inmate families, and victims in partnership with government and non-governmental actors.
Tumechukua jukumu na wachungaji wenzangu ambao wako hapa na timu ya welfare, tukaweza kutembelea familia, kanisa, tukakutana na local administration ili tukaweze kushughulika shughuli hii ya kuweza wao kwenda katika kuachiliwa kwao. So community yote ikawea kwamba wanaenda.
Nilipokuja kama alikuwa hapa tangu miaka 18 afungwe. Zile nguo alizokuja nazo hana, viatu vile hata hatujui viko wapi. So sisi ndio tunashughulika ku make sure wamepata hizo vitu ambavyo wanahitaji kutoka nazo wakienda nyumbani, tunawapatia transport. Wengine tunawanunulia malazi wale ambao hawana mahali pa kulala. Alafu pia tukienda nyumbani tupate kuna changamoto, kuna wale ambao tunawasaidia ku identify mahali wanaweza fanya kazi.
The integration of the two took an all-inclusive approach that also involved the church. The team offered psychological support and counsel on the reintegration process in society. Since their conviction, the family kept hope alive that their kin would one day come home, as they kept the share of their land to hand it over to them once they were freed. The two are now ready to integrate into the society.
Wakishika walikuwa bado wadogo na kulingana kukawa msasi shamba unapima umri ya mtoto. Sasa hivi mimi naona wamefika vile mimi natoka nao hapa sasa nitaenda kuonesha kile mtoto sehemu yako ndio hii, sehemu yako ndio hii, na vile nimekupangia tupate wewe nyumba hapo iwe boma yako.
Na nitarajia nikifika huko Mungu anijalie nipate mke mzuri mwenye ameokoka kama mimi, tuweze kuendelesha maisha yetu.
Tutakaa nao vizuri, tutapanga vile hasa nitakuwa, kwa sababu ndarudi huko tofauti, sitakuwa venye nilikuanga hapo nyuma. Hata wenyewe wakiniona wataona niko tofauti.
Reporting for My Culture, I'm Jackie Wambiru.
Yeah, great piece right there. It's never an easy time for ex-convicts when it comes to reintegration back into the society. My Culture comes your way every Friday. Many thanks.
Now, Kago, I'm sure you were seeing the rush, the queues to get into any shops, of course, to register your phone, register your SIM card rather. Yeah. And seems like, you have a little bit of time to take it easy, relax, if you haven't registered your SIM, that is.
Yeah, interesting that, in the morning, long queues, but after information comes out,
they dissolved almost immediately. The queues have been dissolved. Anyways, Communication Authority of Kenya has extended the SIM card registration exercise by another 6 months until October 15th, 2022.
All right, the exercise was to end today, as I just mentioned. So we are non-registered SIM cards what to be switched off. But spot check by Channel 1 today, just after that information. Queues of Kenyans ready to register their SIM cards quickly dissolved. We've been saying that they have more hope of registering the SIM cards later.
Long queues have been witnessed in a number of mobile service providers' outlets as Kenyans adhere to government's 15th April 2022 Friday deadline to register their SIM cards. But the long queues were nowhere to be seen Friday afternoon after the Communication Authority of Kenya announced that the exercise will be extended by another 6 months until October 15th, 2022. The information spreading like bushfire as revealed by few queues.
But then I wonder if they will really close the line of someone who has a Fuliza debt or someone who has an M-Shwari, someone who have these loans. I think Safaricom will still go after them.
Hiyo mambo na kuregister line, tumeshukuru kwa vile serikali wametuongezea muda, manake wengi wamekuwa busy, foleni imekuwa ndefu. Tunashukuru kwa maana serikali wanatujali sisi kama Wakenya.
So my appeal to the government is that they should give us time to register our lines. Yeah, not at this moment that they want campaign things like election. Yeah, I think Kenyans are not prepared for that.
Kenyans calling on mobile service providers to increase registration centers and deploy more personnel in future to reduce the hectic queues that were experienced at the facilities.
Kulikuwa na a lot of fraud na hii mambo ya SIM card. Mtu anakutext anakuambia tuma kwa hii namba sijui nini. So tumefurahia sana hii mambo ya serikali ambayo wanakabia mambo ya fraud.
These companies, they will going to go a loss. They will because when this person is using the line, it's generating tax. So that is the most important thing that the government will know, and they don't understand. I don't know why they are giving this short period of time. I request even the government of Kenya to add some more time.
The authority warned that operators as well as users who will still be unregistered by the lapse of the new deadline will be fined. The Communications Authority of Kenya says the mass registration of mobile users is part of the government's effort to weed out rogue people that engage in mobile money fraud and other crimes. Full compliance in the registration exercise is attained once the photo of identity cards of subscribers is taken and captured in the mobile network operators database.
All right, and with that, it's time to take a short commercial break. We've got some feedback coming in. Most Space says, just tuned in. Shiksha looking radiant as ever. I think it's the Good Friday glow.
Yeah, absolutely. On Easy Friday.
Definitely an Easy Friday. Another one from Cyril who says, watching Easy Friday. And yes, do keep the messages coming in. You can interact with us on social media. The hashtag is Easy Friday at Shiksha Arora, at John_Kago_M, and at KBC Channel 1.
All right, we're going to take a breather. Sports is coming up next. Marakwet Express on the other side of the studio to expressly take you through the sports for tonight. We're back in a moment.
We are tired of this one major problem after another. If you don't have solution, don't raise problems, okay?
A solution to what, Warrior? What are the solution without a problem?
I don't know. What are they?
No problem, of course.
Come in. He has just said that he comes from Nairobi, Kenya. And then how is he a Jamaican again?
Okay, maybe he's an Jamaican who is visiting Kenya.
Ninakwambia leo tunaenda kutengeneza pesa kutengeneza.
Na tugawane hiyo pesa pia. Tunakuaga na tabia ya kunitoka pesa kila wakati wewe.
Lasta. Ujajua hizi haso zetu zinakuaga na expenses.
Are you now saying that we are girls? Including you? Of course. God power all the way.
Omera, opportunity comes one Nyathiwa. Aito Pilas Atito will be running for MCA of Sawati 1.
Classmates, every Saturday on KBC.
The legendary run to Olympia Stadion in Berlin is now less crowded, with only 4 teams out of 64 still in contention. Something more outstanding is that all of the sides to have won the DFB Pokal over the last 29 years are already out this year.
And Leverkusen are knocked out by a Bundesliga 2 side.
In the first DFB Pokal semi-final, Hamburger SV will face Freiburg on Tuesday, the 19th of April 2022 at 9:45 p.m. While in the second semi-final, RB Leipzig will lock horns with Union Berlin on Wednesday, the 20th April 2022 at 9:45 p.m. Having braced the turbulent journey and buoyed up with the trophy in sight, no team want to go down without a fight. You don't want to miss this adventurous football show, live and exclusive on KBC Channel 1. KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
KBC Board of Directors, Management and Staff wishes all our esteemed listeners, viewers and clients a happy Easter. May Christ's death and resurrection fill you with hope and peace. Happy Easter from us.
Welcome back to Easy Friday. Let's now take a look at all the sports stories making headlines tonight. My name is Karen Kibet. Now, the 2022 World Indoor Championships bronze medalist Abel Kipsang won the 1500-meter race to book a slot in the National Police Service team for the Athletics Kenya National Championships, as the 2019 World Championship silver medalist Margaret Chelimo won the women's 10,000 meters.
Margaret Chelimo dominated the race from the gun in a field that included Sandra Felis Chebet, Stacey Ndiwa and Janet Runguru. In the final lap, Chelimo sprinted from the trailing pack to cross the line in 31 minutes and 51 seconds. Chebet and Ndiwa completed the podium dash.
10,000 is a new race for me. Yeah, I'm normally running 5,000, but recently I ran a half marathon, so I get some more experience of long distance.
In the men's 1500 meters race, Abel Kipsang emerged the winner after finishing first, clocking 3 minutes and 36 seconds ahead of Kumari Taki and Robert Biwott, who finished second and third respectively. In the 400 meters race, William Ryan was victorious in a time of 47.51 seconds. 2018 Commonwealth Games champion in the 800 meters, Wycliffe Kinyamal, emerged second with a time of 49.12 seconds, while Emmanuel Mutua finished third.
Definitely ni mazoezi tu. Nenda kutia bidii, ni improve time yangu. Nione at least kama Afrika kama niza medal hata ikiwezekana. Yani Mungu akituwezesha.
Mary Mora won the women's 800 meters, clocking 2 minutes and 4 seconds ahead of Gloria Chepchumba and 2013 world champions Eunice Som. In the women's 200 meters, Maximila won the race in 23.42 seconds ahead of Millicent Doro and Eunice Kandogo. The two-day event meet was used to select a team that will represent the National Police Service at the Athletics Kenya National Championships, slated for 28th to 30th of April this year. For Easy Friday Sports, I'm Daniel Mwendwa.
Thank you, Dan. Moving on, Prisons Kenya men's volleyball team bagged maximum points after seeing off Prisons Nairobi by 3 straight sets as the 4th of the Kenya Volleyball Federation League kicked off today at the Nyayo National Stadium. The David Lungao Chargers won the first set 25-20 to take command of the match from the onset. Prisons Kenya won the second and third sets 25-17 and 25-17 respectively to register the victory. In another match, Prisons Nyanza humbled Kenya Army by 3 straight sets of 24-23, 26-24 and 25-20. Meanwhile, Trailblazers humbled AP Kenya by 3 straight sets of 25-16, 25-22 and 25-12. The Boxing Federation of Kenya Junior and Youth Boxing Championship entered Day 2 at Charter Hall, Nairobi. A total of 233 boxers drawn from 19 different teams are taking part in the championships.
Brighton Juma of Busia was in a class of his own, trouncing Leon Otieno of Siaya to win the boys 13 years, 44 kilograms category. Samuel Muraya of Nairobi humbled Joseph Mburu of Nakuru to win the boys 12 years, 25 kilogram category. Peter Munene of Nakuru saw off Emmanuel Wambua of Police in the boys 13 years, 33 kilograms category, while Philip Ouma of Kisumu defeated Nicholas Movuo of Police. Isaac Juma of Kisumu trounced Brian Wawira of Prisons. John Irungo of Police humbled Thomas Cyril of Kajiado in the boys 14 years, 54.6 kilograms category, while Wesley Musyoka of Embu stopped Hussein Abdul. A total of 233 boxers drawn from 19 different teams are taking part in the championship.
Over 1,200 athletes below 20 years are currently in residential training camps across the country in preparation for the World Athletics Under-20 Championships slated for August in Colombia. The athletes spread over 26 camps reported to camp early this morning in preparation for the regional championships before paving way for the national trails set to be held in July at Kasarani Stadium. After participating in Eldoret City Marathon last year, Naomi Kimanzi from IKEA Athletes Camp in Kitui County is targeting to make the cut in the 3,000 meters. Alex Matiti, who is a 1,500-meter athlete, believes despite the many challenges including lack of training kits and shoes, he will book a ticket during the national championships.
My hopes are very high because ukiangalia wakati tumeingia mazoezi, naona kila wakati wote wanapanda juu. Kama juzi kuna kijana nilichukua wa javelin na aliporusha nikimwangalia karusha 35, nikamwambia kijana unaweza kurusha vizuri, nikamuonyesha tu vile anatakiwa kurusha, alirusha 57. Na tumefanya tu mazoezi jana na leo na ni matumaini yangu tu wakati wa trials ikifika atakuwa akipatia huyu mwingine tuko naye hapa the run of his gold.
We have that problem of facilities and it is cutting across the country. Apart from maybe some few camps which are sponsored by managers and those athletes can get a shoe, they can get a tracksuit, they can get a spike, they can get maybe something like that.
The 31st edition of the Kenya Open International Chess Championships was held today with more than 200 participants taking part. The championship was held to select a team and also sharpen their skills before traveling to take part in the Africa Youth Chess Championships in July in Zambia. Speaking after the championship, the Chess Kenya Federation Secretary General John Mokabi stated that they will do all they can to ensure that chess is introduced at the grassroots level.
Has been concentrated in Nairobi, but ever since we came to office in 2017 we have gone into the counties, and that is why you find that the schools events, many of the events are schools events and junior events. Kenya is a favorite of the Africa Chess Confederation to host because the numbers have grown exponentially.
And finally, Burnley has sacked manager Sean Dyche with 8 games left of their season in the Premier League. The Clarets, who have lost 5 of their last 6 top-flight games, are 18th and 4 points from safety. Dyche was the Premier League's longest-serving manager, having taken over Turf Moor in October 2012. Assistant manager Ian Warren, first-team coach Steve Stone, and goalkeeping coach Billy Massa have also left the club.
It's a fact. I did. I also smoke exhaust pipes, as I've been told in the past that's what makes my throat like this. I have gravel for breakfast. That was another thing. So them 3 combined often are the things I use to keep this voice sounding how it is. But no, it's fair to say I didn't actually eat the worms. It was a bit of banter that I used to have, and I've done this here and when I was manager at Watford. You get one of them nice big juicy worms hanging out your mouth just on the edge there, and then as if you're chewing it, and of course the worm then comes out, wash your mouth out with water. So a bit of banter with Soren's probably taken a bit too far. He's probably screaming and turning away at that moment, so possibly a bit of translation difficulty as well, I don't know. But he's a good lad, Soren, and no, I definitely, for the record, I definitely don't eat worms.
And those are all the sports stories we had for you tonight. And it's a wrap from me, Karen Kibet, but definitely I am sure John Kago and Shiksha Arora have something to say before we wrap up.
You're no longer on the other side of the set. Here you are, and you're a Manchester United supporter.
It's a good Friday for her.
Yeah, good Friday for her. You have a game tomorrow. Just notice you're playing Norwich City tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
You're a Red Devil supporter.
I hope we will be on our best.
Fingers crossed, right, Karen?
Fingers crossed. Nowadays, Manchester United.
It's a story for another day.
Yes.
All right, then. Thank you so much for tuning in and for always keeping it KBC Channel 1. It has been an absolute pleasure bringing you to the top.